Hi, welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. I'm your host, Brian Koval. Before we get started, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you want to see me play your favorite deck or your spicy brew on the channel, I take donation deck lists. I'll do a deck tech, play a full Magic Online League, and help tune your list. If that sounds good, check out my contact info. It's in the video description below. Now let's go play some Magic. Hello and welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy, and this is a wild deck. Just a week or two ago, I played Advisor Tribal on the channel, and I thought that would be the weirdest tribal request I get. But I got a request for Ball Lightning Tribal. So, Ball Lightning, if you're not familiar, this card originally printed in, I believe, the Dark. So this is a very old Magic card. Red, 6/1, Trample Haste, dies at the end of the turn. They color shifted it in Planar Chaos for green, Trample Haste, sack it at end of turn. And then in Modern Horizons, we got a red, black one, Trample Haste. When it deals damage to a player they discard to, sack and end a turn. So there are 3 Ball Lightnings in Magic, and we can play, like 12 copies. And what Mark wants me to do with this deck is hit my opponent with Ball Lightning a bunch of times, and there's Unearth to bring it back, Thunderkin Awakener. This is a 2-mana 1/2 haste. When it attacks, you can return an elemental with toughness less than this creature's toughness into the play, tapped and attacking. So when you play this, it attacks. These all have 1 toughness, so it brings a Ball Lightning back with it. And there's also Thud and Berserk to get over the finish line. Now, the idea is pretty simple. However, this list needs a lot of work. So let's look at the mana for one. Red, green, red, black. So you need a lot of 3 different colors of mana here. For starters, this deck doesn't get to play basic lands. Sorry. We're just going to lose to Blood Moon. It is what it is. Well, I guess we don't really lose. We can still Ball Lightning. We have a lot of game with the Blood Moon in play, but is what it is. We don't get to play basic lands. Also, Groundbreaker being green, and Hymn to Turok being black, you're never casting both of these cards in the same game. So we need to pick what our core colors are going to be and change the mana base. And the red, green, plus red and green being a lot of the enablers, make me think that this is a red-green deck with a black splash. Like Lightning Skelemental costs 1 black and 2 red. So this is going to be a red-green base deck with a black splash. So that brings us to my updated version. So this is what I've done with the deck. There are no basic lands and there are 4 Taigas because this is a red-green deck. I replaced some of the other random lands with Ancient Ziggurat. So Ancient Ziggurat casts Birds of Paradise, which is important because why is this card in the deck if we're not going to commit to trying to cast it? So Ancient Zig casts all of the Ball Lightnings and Birds of Paradise. Then Cavern of Souls, of course, ties all the elementals together, but it doesn't help with Bird. So that's also why I'm not playing Undiscovered Paradise. Nope, that's the wrong card. The Unclaimed Shores, is that what it's called? The one that, the cavern that doesn't come with Uncounterable. That one. And then also Primal Beyond is a 5-color land for elementals, but Birds of Paradise not an elemental. So Ancient Ziggurat is, I think, the second best one after Cavern of Souls. And then the mana base should support 1 black. I've changed the spell distribution, so none of the spells cost more than 1 black mana. So we just need to get 1 black online alongside our red and green, and we should be able to play the game. The Thoughtseize in the deck, the original deck, was not a combo with Ancient Ziggurat and Cavern of Souls, but Kiteself Rebooter is a disruptive element that can be played off Ancient Ziggurat. So I think that that's the disruption spell we want. I went from 4 Berserk, 3 Thud, just to 2 Berserk, and added another recursion spell. Because Berserking or Thudding one of these things, it doesn't take many hits with these to win the game. And we have functionally 16 of them with the Thunderkin Awakener. And I added a turn 1 play to the deck outside of Bird in Flamekin Harbinger, which gives us functionally 20 Ball Lightnings, because we can search for whatever we need. So those are my changes to the deck. I think it's going to move smoother this way. It's still pretty wild. I'm a little worried about Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. A 2/1 first strike bricks all of these elementals, but I have the Lightning Bolt and the Dismember, and that's just going to have to do. And out of the sideboard, I upgraded the Ancient Grudges to Ingot Chewers. That's another elemental, so we can tutor for it, and it costs 1. I have Wismare to answer things like Leyline of the Void or Rest in Peace, which we can beat. They're just kind of annoying. They blank the whole recursion element of the deck, but we could still just go upstairs for damage. And then we have the Forces and Leylines as 0 mana, ways to interact meaningfully. And then, of course, Plague Engineer, because Plague Engineer is great. I'm actually going to turn this Thoughtseize into a 3rd Plague Engineer before we get started, because I think 3 is the right number to play of that card right now. And like I said, Thalia is a card I'm worried about, and Plague Engineer lines up wonderfully against Thalia decks, just in general. So this is my build of Ball Lightning Tribal. Now let's go trample for 6. All right, we're on the draw in round 1, and we're basically experiencing the nightmare. We're so close to a turn 2 Ball Lightning, but if I play the bird on turn 1, then the Cavern is not on Elemental. I am going to keep this hand, but I'm going to have to draw a green source to play bird, or else I'll probably just leave up Lightning Bolt, or maybe I'll Flamekin Harbinger. Ooh. Basic Mountain. Who does that? What is that? They're Red Stompy with a slow start. Are they Blue-Red Delver? What's going on over there? I think I'll just play Badlands and pass, actually. Just leave up Lightning Bolt in case they're burn. I hope they're not Blue-Red Delver, because I'm pretty soft to Wasteland. Okay, this looks like Red Stompy, which might be worse. Ia and Kieran. Okay. So I can bolt these jerks. And then they get 2 Thoppies, and I can Kite Sail Freebooter them, and then I have a 1/2 flyer. That competes well with their 1/1 flyers. Just hope to draw a land that starts casting my Ball Lightnings sooner than later. Let's see what you got over there. Choose a non-creature non-land card. Okay, so their hand is several Karns. So yeah, so they have 2 Karns or 1 Karn in City of Traders. So I have to draw a land basically. To like one of these Ball Lightnings can probably kill Karn. Right, so their hand is City of Traders. They're making a wish. They're probably wishing for Lattice. So I gotta draw a land and crush this Karn right now. And I can't attack with Freeboot, or they're getting coding. Okay, so they're taking it slow. Alright, come on, deck. Land. Pretty sure any land gets a Ball Lightning into play. Land, please. Fuck. Alright, now I'm gonna lose. Rough start for the deck. Yeah, they're gonna coding next turn, start stripping my lands. Yeah, this is not a game I can win. Okay. So, need to prioritize getting to 3 mana. And I think we win that game pretty easily if I find the 3rd land. I had, what, 3 or 4 draw steps to do it and just bricked. But whatever. Alright, Ingot Chewer comes in. Force of Vigor comes in. I'm a little worried about Blood Moon, but I guess that's what Force of Vigor's for. So 1. I don't think I want Berserk in this matchup. There's a good chance they're a Chalice deck. In fact, they are almost certainly a Chalice deck. I amend my statement. So up to 7 cards coming in. I might not need the Ingot Chewers. I might just want the Forces. I think the Unearth is good enough that if they don't have Chalice, or if I can remove it, like that's pretty important to the plan. Dismember might be bad. And Birds of Paradise, yeah, I like that, especially if they're a moon deck. Alright, yeah, I am just gonna stick with the Forces to do the work here. So cutting my Berserks are cutting 2 of my green cards for Force. And Flamekin Harbinger can tutor for Ingot Chewer, which is kind of powerful. Maybe 1 less on Earth, 1 Ingot Chewer. Just trying to mitigate Chalice of the Void as much as I can. Nope. Yep. So I think I want it. I'm either bottoming Force or Booter. If they turn 1 some garbage, then I just lose if I don't keep the Force. Yeah, so I guess I'll bottom the Booter. And now my game starts on turn 3. Let's hope it's good enough. I would have felt really good about this as a 7-card hand, but as a 6-card hand, it gets weird pretty quick. Blood Moon, Blood Sun. Okay. So their city doesn't die when they play another land now. My fetch lands are off, but I have 3 mana without them. Yeah, finding a green card to go with Force would alleviate many of my concerns. Oh, okay. So this is at least a play I can make. I can search for a Ground Breaker, which is a green card for Force, and it's also a Ball Lightning. My opponent over there is like, what the actual fuck? Okay, so I'm ready for some things. A number of things. I hope they play Blood Moon thinking it's good. This is Ia and Kieran, or maybe it's just Karn. Interesting. Alright, so they put Karn into play knowing that I have a 6-power haste creature. Right, so important to note is that Lattice turns cards colorless. So if I don't kill Karn this turn... Actually, does that matter? Of course that matters. What am I even saying? So I'm deciding if I want to hit them with Skelemental to the face and disrupt their hand, or respect Karn. So if they have Soul Land in hand, Wish for Lattice, what happens? If I draw... Oh, no, it doesn't matter. I just lose if that happens. So yeah, I should be destroying Karn. Okay. In for 6. And Harbinger gets to go face. This goes at Karn. I guess I could have gone face, destroyed Blood Sun and Chrome Mox with Force of Vigor. But I think I want to hold the Force of Vigor. I think I can do better. And I might need this as a ball lightning. Oh, the old nothing go plan. Does this deck play instants? I suspect their hand is mostly empty right now. Skeletor. Oh no, they have a spell. Whoa, Kozilek's return is fucked up. Okay, fine. Alright, this Birds of Paradise turns on black mana. Wow, how about the instant speed Pyroclasm against my deck full of X1s? Don't love that. So do I fuck around with Bird of Paradise, which turns on my graveyard cards? I think I do. So Bird is also a green card. So I'm just gonna Ball Lightning here. Like I might want to use the Bird for Force and just keep my Ball Lightnings coming. Can I connect with a Ball Lightning, please? Alright, we're in there. 1/3 of your life total is gone. What are you going to do about that? Their hand has to just be 2 lands. Like, what would be in their hand that they don't just cast? Unless it's another Karn that they don't want to lose to a Ball Lightning. Cavern. That does not give me the green mana I'm looking for. Or the black mana I'm looking for. I'll take a turn casting Bird of Paradise here. I'm going to Cavern on Elemental. Oh, I'm going to Cavern on nothing. It's just a colorless land. Shit. Okay. Got it. I only really played it so I could hard cast Force of Vigor. So it's fine that it doesn't name Elemental. I mean, obviously it sucks, but it's not devastating. Spyglass. Alright, you got it. I'm extremely interested in some of my reanimation spells now. The Elemental guy. What is that thing even called? Thunderkin Awakener. That's the card that I most want right now. So I can set up a 2-turn line if I draw a Harbinger to go find that. I didn't board out any Harbingers, so we're still good there. They are thinking deep into their brain about what they could possibly name with Sorcerous Spyglass. I don't think I have any activated abilities in this deck. I have the fetch lands, and that's it. Yep. So they could just blind name a fetch land, which is already dead to Blood Sun. So they're just... They could name Abandon Hope right now, and it would be the same. They're thinking so hard. I wonder if they're pulling up Google right now and trying to figure out if this is a real deck, and if they can get a list. We call this the Brewer's Advantage. Okay, so they are Shatterskull smashing. They named Wooded Foothills. They're smashing this. Alright, it's dead. Two cards left. I would love to draw a Skelemental. Or a Harbinger. Not Harbinger. Why can't I remember the name of this card ever? Awakener. Awakener. Ancient Zig's not what I wanted. Guess I have to get in there, though. Blood Moon. I really don't want to just lose to Blood Moon. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep up the Force of Vigor for another turn. We're playing Ball Lightning Tribal Control right now. They were pretty close on that Wooded Foothills. I'm not going to play this land because Blood Sun makes it irrelevant anyway. Like, doesn't even tap for red. What is happening over there? Are they like some sort of control deck or... Right. Hopefully they think I'm just getting impatient. Do they have another removal spell for this? Handful of lands. A Braid. Wow. They brought in so many reactive spells with this red Stompy deck. Kind of impressed because I thought that this would be like kind of easy, but all these removal spells are some shit. She's Ravager. Okay, so when this attacks, you discard your hand and draw 3 cards. That's really good. Because their hand is clearly not very good right now. Great. So I found an Unearth, but I'm in no position to cast it. I could Force of Vigor, removing Blood Sun, and then fetch. I think I'm gonna wait. Like, I'm gonna let them Ravage, and then see if I can get a juicier Force of Vigor. Like, if they cast Blood Moon, that actually helps me, because then my Ancient Ziggurats can cast Force of Vigor. This is a really good Chrome Mox, the pre-Ravager Chrome Mox. Just spew it out, get a free Ancestral Recall. Oh, Blood Moon, okay. So green, green. And then that resolves. Red, red. Force of Vigor, cast it. Drawing Sun and Moon. Alright. I'm free for now, but they are about to draw 3 cards. So I can crunch for 12 and make them discard 2 cards next turn. If they tap this Ancient Tomb and they don't have a follow-up Blood Moon, I might be able to win. Yeah, if they followed up all that hard work I did with just Blood Moon, then that sucks. Just have to hope that's not what's going to happen. Blood Sun is fine. They're actually dead if they cast Blood Sun. Second Ancient Tomb. I like anything that'll put their life total under 12. Uh, 6 mana. Oh god, do you have Wormcoil Engine? That can't be a thing, right? Oh, it's Walking Ballista. That's even worse. Oh, Chalice on 3. Fuck my life. Oh, no. Oh, but Cavern, this Cavern is sleepy. But I do still have the Unearth. I think I want Bayou. And if I draw Cavern of Souls, I win. Oh, that works. Oh, almost works. Yeah, one black short of doing that. Fortunately, this is not as good as it could be because this Ravager is just going to reload their hand. Fucking Cavern of Souls. Why? Why are you the way you are? It's Blood Sun. It's too good. Alright, so they have to discard. Alright, Karn is a good card for them to have to discard. But them being at 3, I just need them to brick. Their top 4 cards have to be bricks, and they can only tap one of these Ancient Tombs, but oh wow, they have a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're gonna have 7 mana after the Ravager. Ugh, that was so close. Ah! Well played. Oh my god, they're passing the turn. Hey, they're dead. So I'm gonna try to unearth again. They haven't seen a lightning bolt yet, so I don't want to show that to them if I don't have to. Yes! Navigated that preposterous game. Okay, so Blood Sun and Blood Moon confirmed. Chalice confirmed. So I think I actually do want all the Ingot Chewers. Like, now that I know they're gonna settle into this control game, it's weird, but it's allowed. Birds of Paradise seems extra important. I think Freebooter actually seems like medium to bad. So that is one of my few early plays. I think Lightning Bolt might be worse. Yeah, the Harbinger does seem important. Actually, Bolt can win the game under Blood Moon, so I'm going to shave a Birds of Paradise. It's a bad top deck, but like 3 of them gives it a good chance of being in my opener. So it's also a green, one of my green cards for Force of Vigor. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Only 11 green cards in this deck because I've boarded out 3. I guess on the draw against both Chalice and Blood Moon, Birds of Paradise might be kind of a pipe dream anyway. Do I want Dismember for the Ravager? Turn a Harbinger into a Dismember? That might be reasonable to do. Okay, I'm going to try this. Of course we would get paired against a Blood Moon deck in our first round where we're trying to cast red, 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 green, 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 and black. The world's stretchiest mana base. So, Ingot Chewer is great. I have 3 mana of all the colors. I'm going to keep this. I am wrecked by a Blood Moon, but I have a lot of game versus Chalice. I might be able to lock them under their own Blood Moon if they go for it here. Alright, Chalice is okay. I have a lot of Chewers in the deck. Alright, so I think I'm going to Ingot Chewer their Chrome Mox. So it's a 5 mana spell, even though I paid 1 mana for it. Old vintage technology. Alright, ignore Chalice. Deny them mana. Because I'm sitting on some juice here. I have 18 damage ready to unload. The old pass turn 2. I would like to draw a freebooter right now. Okay, I can cycle Unearth. I think I want to get this into play on Elemental. In case they Blood Sun, because that actually hurt me a lot last game. So I can cycle Unearth, and I'm looking for a Force of Vigor for the most part. I can kill a Karn if that's what they have. Right, I can smash past that. But leaving up 3 mana will deny any future ball-related combat. I can get them Hellbent, though. Lightning Skelemental is going to get it. Nice. Alright, so I should fetch with this while fetching is still an option. I have red. So I think I want the Taiga here. Red, black. Get you Hellbent, and then see if we can beat a Pia and Kieran. I guess I can pitch Groundbreaker to destroy the 2 Thopters. But they can sack any artifact, yeah. Alright, fuck your hand. There goes a Karn and a backup Chalice. So the awkward thing is, emptying their hand means that they are likely to just leave up 3 mana and ruin any future ball lightning related activities. And I don't think I can afford to pitch a Groundbreaker to Force of Vigor when they have cards in their deck that just kill me outright. So I can play Bayou and just cast Force of Vigor, or I can just start pummeling in. I'm going to play Bayou and pass, hold up Hardcast Force of Vigor. I'll give them one more turn to do stuff, and then start chucking ball lightnings at them. Because Blood Moon doesn't stop ball lightning. It does stop Groundbreaker. So if I Force of Vigor to slow them down this turn, and then 6/6/6 over the next 3 turns, the number of the beast. Alright, so in the end step, Force of Vigor. Destroy these Thopters. They probably are, so they can throw one at me for extra damage, or they can lose their Chalice to save 6 damage next turn. Alright, they think they're erasing me. Okay. Cool. Alright, that's actually fine, because I can save some damage with an actual black source on that. I don't make black now, I make green now. So green, and green. So I don't care about Blood Moon or Blood Sun right now. My hand can beat both of those. This is such a thrilling slugfest. So I wonder if I just kill Pia and Kieran. Actually, they might leave up mana to play around Blood Moons if I wait until the end step. Or play around Ball Lightning. If they think that throwing Chalice at my lightning is a play worth making. Okay, that's what they just committed to. So I hope they took a turn off to do that. Okay, so I just have to make sure I don't die. I go to 5, they can zap me to 3. Okay, yes. Target this. Alright, they put me to 3. I have 2 balls. What the fuck? I didn't even do that on purpose. So they can throw their Chrome Mox at me, which taps them out of a Braid or Kozilek's return. Alright, I'm at 3. Haven't seen a Rabble Master or any haste-related creatures. Oh, wow, that's good. So I can Ball Lightning with these. And then I can play an uncounterable Flamekin Harbinger through the cavern, and it can get the Awakener. Nice. No respect for Chalice. Yeah, so I think that this is definitely the correct one to get, the Awakener. Alright, I hope they just can't deal 3 to me right now somehow. Concede. Concession on the stack. Give it up. Okay, that doesn't matter. And I can double spell? Like... Alright, here we go. Red, red. They can't Kozilek's return. They can Abrade. And they're just dead. Alright, undefeated with Ball Lightning Tribal. Next round. I'm on the play in round 2. Wow, this hand would be insane with a second land. So, do I play to... No, because Wasteland removal spell, like, the mana I do have is pretty fragile, and I would need to top deck another, so I'm gonna ship. Alright, I'll keep this one. I don't think I need this many unearths. Alright, so I'm gonna Flamekin Harbinger for a Lightning Skelemental. And I'm gonna do it off of Badlands. Like, I know I need another land, but I do want to get on board and be ready when I find it. Like, I can cycle one of the unearths, I guess. Maybe I should have bottomed the second Harbinger. Opponent immediately like, what the fuck? I love these pauses when I'm playing these brews. Or maybe I want Awakener. I can at least cast that. Yeah, I'll take Awakener. It's a haste creature. It gets in there. It's all coming together. I think this deck might just need more lands. Just actual land count improved. Like, I think the lands might be better than Birds of Paradise. Like, if I just cut the birds entirely. What's happening to me? Valakut Exploration. Right here on turn 1. That's a strong play. It's safe to say. my hand is really bad against Wasteland. So I have nothing to recur, but I can still attack for 2. They have this Ancient Tomb over there. Yeah, just please don't Wasteland me. Feels like a loam. Yep. So there was a stage in there. Alright, don't hit exploration. Okay, they only have 1 land drop. Wait, is last card in their hand exploration? Wow, what a fucked up start. Okay, I can't win. They're gonna be able to port me. And I'm already choking for mana over here. But I guess I can cycle the Unearth in response to getting ported and still use my mana for the turn. Because I wasn't going to be able to use it anyway. Alright, at least this crop rotation doesn't get to stick around. But yeah, I am destroyed here. This is an explosive start from a deck that's probably tough to beat anyway. What a joke. Sick joke. Oh, now I'm fucked. So I guess I just hope that they brick on their loams and their explorations for the next 6 turns. Alright, stage is not depths. Depths is the card I'm really worried about because that's the one that turns the corner and wins the game immediately. This Ancient Tomb also isn't free. Every time they tap it, they take a turn off the clock. Are you kidding? What the fuck? Oh, and there's depths. But they're out of land drops. But that ends up in the graveyard to get loamed next turn. Yeah, I can't win this game. Every time an opponent puts Valakut Exploration into play, it feels like Demonic Tutor. It's just like, okay, please don't hit depths. Oh, there's depths. Alright, as long as they don't hit Tabernacle. Oh, there it is. It's every time. So, I think I want my Wisp Mares and my Leyline of the Voids here. Do I want... Or Force of Vigor is better than Wisp Mare, because I get 2 things. Why is Wisp Mare even in my sideboard if I have Force of Vigors? Okay, this is too cute. This should be something else. Probably like Surgical Extraction or Mindbreak Trap. But Leylines and Forces are in. Dismember doesn't matter. I don't think I want Berserk. Yeah, I don't know if the deck should have Berserk in it either, because I've been just barely scraping by on mana anyway, though maybe that's not fair, because I've only played 4 games with the deck, and 3 of them were against Blood Moon, and 1 of them was against Rashadan Port and Wasteland, so I should reserve my criticism a little bit. Alright, I don't think Kite Self Rebooter is important in this matchup. And my deck does not have any way to remove Merit Lage, so I won't bring it in. So the Wisp Mares could be something that removes Merit Lage somehow. I'd have to do some digging to what actually does that in Jund colors. I could play something like Liliana's Triumph, but spells are bad because they don't go with Ziggurat. I don't know. I'm never going to play this deck again, so none of it matters. I'm just thinking about theory crafting what would make it better. So I think I want all the balls Lightning Bolt, and I don't need all 4 of those. Yeah, my goal is definitely just to connect with 3 Lightning Balls. This is pretty close to a good hand. So the technology of Ancient Ziggurat casting Birds of Paradise into pivot for Cavern Elemental. First time this is actually lined up correctly. Opponent kept 7. That's never good. Fuck. And I can't even pay for Tabernacle with Ancient Zig. That's just not even a thing. Bird can pay for itself, though. Might as well. Elemental. So I don't think I play anything here, actually. Because I would have to pay for the Awakener, which would take me off Groundbreaker. Like, I need to just draw a land, connect with Groundbreaker, and then I can start using Awakeners after that. Oh, they have 2 Tabernacles. Wow. Yeah, they're committed to that plan. Jeez. Yeah, the mana denial is really good. I thought I did a good job being ready for it. Draw land. Okay, that's not the worst somehow. So I could destroy Mox Diamond if I think that's important. So them hitting that land drop makes it a lot worse. All right, on lands. Fuck. I guess if I go to discard at some point, that could actually jumpstart my Ball Lightning Chain. Not that that's what I want to do. That's not a good... Oh no, now I'm dead. Okay. I guess they haven't actually produced anything yet, so... If I just keep drawing... If I just draw like 4 lands in a row, and they continue blanking. Alright, so I'm gonna discard Skelemental. Alright, that's half of the combo. Blast Zone can destroy the birds, but that doesn't matter. Oh god, now they have Wasteland. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat a recurring Wasteland. Okay. Got dumpstered by mana control, and we knew mana would be the worst part of this deck. Like I said, casting both Ball Lightning and Groundbreaker in the same deck is asking a lot, and having played against 2 decks in a row that are built to beat up on your mana, that was a tough start. Hopefully we'll play against a nice honest blue deck next. Right, on the draw with another 1-lander. I'm sensing a theme. This is the first appearance of Berserk. Looking at this hand makes me wonder if there is like a Manaless Dredge style, just like draw up to 8, discard Ball Lightning, and then start with a Unearth Thunderkin Awakener game plan. But that sounds so horrible. I'm just gonna mulligan. Yeah. Skeletor. Okay, so I'm gonna bottom 1 of the Skeletors. I don't need 3 of that. And I can Harbinger for the Awakener. And then, okay, so they're Chancellor of the Annex. We're playing against a busted combo deck. So this is not the fair blue deck I was looking for. The good news is if they cast Cabal Therapy. All right, they didn't Cabal Therapy. They thought seized. My opponent's over there like, oh, thank God, they're not doing anything. But I actually do have a plan for this deck. I do have ley lines in the sideboard. Okay, so I can, if necessary, I can break the Chancellor bubble with Lightning Bolt, but I can also just ignore it with Cavern if I wait a little bit. If they get greedy and pay 14 with Grizzlebrand, they could die to Bolt. Unmask targeting themselves. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. That's not so bad. So they actually only have Chancellor to return. I can erase that. I think it can be done. Yeah, Cavern is going to do a good job dunking on that. I really wished I drew the Awakener there. Yeah, red, black. That's still fine. Okay, so Cavern of Souls will break the first Chancellor bubble and ignore the Chancellor bubble in play. And then that'll unlock Lightning Bolt as a 2-mana spell. I can win this race. It can be done. And their hand is a Faithless Looting they can't cast. Alright, now they can cast it, but that would leave them Hellbent, so that's not great. But Skelemental is gonna move it from their hand anyway. Alright, so red, black. Can't be countered. Nope. Nope. Skeletor. Flat. Take your Faithless Looting. And the race is on. And if they try to, like, there's no... Okay, thought seizing my other Skeletor. Ouch. That does save them 4 life. Though Harbinger searching up the Awakener is pretty good too. That'll pummel in. And I have enough mana to bolt, so I can put them to 6. So they're actually dead to a ball. Freebooter doesn't matter. Nope. Put Awakener on top. And they might have to not attack. Yeah, I actually think I'm winning this game, like, pretty cleanly. If they attack, they lose. Because they know about the bolt that'll put them to 6. And if they leap back the blocker, they have to block the ball. And not the Awakener. And then they lose their Chancellor, and then I can just Awaken again the following turn. Ooh, Sire of Insanity. What year is it? Alright, so bolt you. This one I will pay for. Is required. So they're going to go to 4 and lose their Chancellor right now. Cavern is so disrespectful. And then even post-combat, I can cast Freebooter and check what card they left in their hand. Because the Chancellor will be dead by then. Haha, pack it up. Ball Lightning Tribal overpowers Reanimator. The ley lines come in. Does anything else matter? Like Wismare could pick off a Animate Dead, but that seems low impact. I think just mauling to leyline and then smashing them is how I have to win this game. Dismember doesn't do anything. I think Berserk is a little hopeful, but I do have to go fast in this matchup, so maybe this is a Berserk matchup. If I assume that I'm going to have to mulligan a few times, I think the Birds of Paradise get worse. I'm just going to want to keep lands for stability. And birds get got by Chancellor. All right, I'm going to do this. Just give me a 6 or a 7-card hand with 3 lands and a ley line. I don't care what the other 3 cards are. Let me keep my hand. Not a keep. I think this is a mulligan or bust situation. I got very lucky that their hand sucked last game. Uh, 4, 3, come on, 2, 1. God damn it. All right, I mulled a 1 without finding a ley line. All right, well, they know I have leyline in my deck. That sucked. Okay. Same deck. I'm gonna try not to mulligan that many times. Actually, I think that on the play, Birds of Paradise is better than Berserk. So if I'm able to jump my Ball Lightnings ahead on the play, that goes a long way. Yeah, like normally, in like a normal matchup or a deck with normal types of interaction, I probably would have stopped at like 5 and figured I'll try to make it work. But this deck really can't do anything other, like, interactive. Ah, hello, thank you. My opponent's like, fuck, they have leyline. I'm sure they don't care. They're ready for it this time. So Cavern on Elemental. I'm trying to get the Awakener. All right, so that lets me curve out. I have a 1, a 2, and a 3-drop play. I had the turn 0 leyline. And if they Thought sees me, they have to take Unearth, because if they take Ball Lightning, they lose. Yeah, it sucks. I wish this Unearth was blank so I could turn on Ball Lightning for free. That would be great. And they can't even do the normal, like, unmask you, reanimate your creature thing, because the creature just dies at the end of the turn. So I've been unmasked, pitching a Grizzlebrand. I like that. Less Grizzles is good for me. Begin the beats. Alright, they've seen my hand. There's nothing to bluff. They can remove Leyline and do something, or not. Those are the 2 ways that this game can go. Ooh, Skeletor. And because of Leyline, like, if they can destroy Leyline in response to this trigger or before the trigger, I'm actually going to get super punished by going with Skelemental. But if they can't, this will make their Faithless Suitings worse, make their pitch spells worse. So, yeah, cool. It worked. But there was a small risk there. I guess also if they reanimate my Skelemental, then I lose my Ball Lightning. But they are dead on board if they don't do that. So they're going to need a sweeper. All right, presenting lethal. All right. Too good. Well, Leyline of the Void is too good, is what I'm saying. Game 1 was interesting, though. The ball lightnings did overpower their reanimation monster. On to the next one. I'm on the draw with kind of a banger. I'll keep this. This is like the full reanimation strat. Like, I just get one elemental and jam it, jam it, jam it. I'm gonna go with Cavern because they're a blue deck. I'll give them some respect. I don't know if they would force or daze a Flamekin Harbinger anyway, but I don't want to give them the option. Skelemental. Count your days, opponent, because it's skeleton time. Berserk is also a backdoor removal spell. If they do have like Delver or Tarmogoyf, I could take double damage from it one turn to kill it. Let's see what kind of deck they are. This feels like Doomsday or Ad Nauseam Tendrils to me. So I'm going to get in with Harbinger. It's kind of better in my graveyard than in play. Deal. Okay, let's see what their plan is to deal with my Skelemental. I'm not going to play around Stifle. Oh, they're going to be so disappointed. I'll get wrecked. Oh, this is nasty. They better not have Stifle. That creature gains haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step. So I can end step Shallow Grave and see if it resolves. And then I have all my mana going into my turn. Oh, this does exile it, though. Oh, but Lightning Skelemental sacks itself. So I think I can sack it before this exiles it. Pretty sure that's how the rules work. That also all assumes that they even take Skelemental, which I don't know that they will. Hopefully they're just pondering how their life choices got them to this point, where they're losing to a Lightning Skelemental deck. Oh yeah. So I need to fetch a black source. And I have Berserk, but I have green mana here, so Bayou or Badlands. I think I want the Bayou because that casts... Well, I basically have to choose between Groundbreaker or Ball Lightning right now. There are more... There's the exact same number of both. Yeah, I don't actually know. I don't know if I can make a meaningful choice here. Like, I think it's one or the other, and it just is what it is. Yeah, if I'm gonna double spell red, double spell green. Right, I guess I'll get Badlands. Just hope for the best. The beginning of the next end step, yes. Alright, I'm just making sure that this old card isn't worded in a way that blows me out. So they have to counter this twice. If they have surgical extraction or something that removes skelemental, then I get the Harbinger instead, and I could just search for another skelemental. I guess if they surgical, then I don't have skelementals, but I get a ball lightning, which is obviously much worse. All right, it's skeleton time. I can berserk this Mamma Jamma, or I can just double up and pound. Yeah, I like that. The other option was to unearth Flamekin Harbinger and search for the Awakener. But I think just pounding with lightnings is the right answer. Even block. Nope. You have to discard 2. And then I'm going to have some triggers to stack at the end of the turn. So what I want to do is sacrifice Ball Lightning first, then sacrifice Lightning Skelemental, and then exile Lightning Skelemental. So stack this first so it resolves last. I want Lightning Skelemental on top of my graveyard. I only play 1 Shallow Grave, so actually that doesn't matter. But I guess this at least makes it look like maybe I have more than 1 Shallow Grave. So if I draw a natural black source, I can unearth twice. Snapcaster, Thoughtseize. Okay, so they're going to go to 3, strip 1 of my unearths. If they have a... Alright, so if I draw any lightning, they get destroyed. Okay, so now they can lightning bolt a Ball Lightning. That's really good. So any lightning is good. That's good. So, oh, I actually get to do everything right now. So I can cast this. Target this. I have 3 mana to do it all. So let's see if they force this. Yep. They're going to be so sad. Boom. Surprise. Skelemental. It's too good. Long pause. Read the card. Concede. All right. Smash, 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 smash. I don't even think I sideboard. Like, unless I think they have ley lines. I did show them a really heavy Reanimator side of the deck that game. So maybe I do want a couple Force of Vigors. But is Force even the right thing? Like, if I'm worried about exactly Leyline, I think Wismare would be better. But I think it's more likely they're going to have Nile Spellbomb or Soul Guide Lantern than either of those cards. And also, importantly, I can just beat a Leyline with just attacking with my creatures. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Berserk's bad. Just bad. I don't think that belongs in the deck. Maybe the 4th freebooter and another land or something. Yeah, I don't really like the Berserk. Not really needed. Maybe more Shallow Graves. So these 3 cards are not great. But what would make them better? Or what would make the deck better? Maybe like 2 Force of Vigors and an Ingot Chewer? Like just to hedge against graveyard hate. Ingot Chewer also hits Baleful Strix, in case that matters. Maybe I should make them respect Berserk by having one. But they have Thoughtseize, so that's probably never going to line up right. Alright, I'm going to do this. Luckily, by winning game 1, we get a game 2 where we get to see what they actually sideboard in, and then make real decisions for game 3 if there is a game 3. I'm going to keep this. It needs the 3rd land, but I'm on the draw. And it's got the Cavern, which is the most important thing. I will cycle Unearth if I don't hit my second land on this draw step, because hitting that third land is just so important. All right, we got there. Now I'm not going to cycle Unearth. I'm going to cast it like a boss. I can actually beat a Blood Moon, and Blood Moon and Back to Basics are cards that they could have. Glad I brought in the Force, actually. I was just thinking about Graveyard Hate, but they could actually have just regular magic cards that are good. All right, time to Lightning. So, Taiga, I think it's just Taiga. Oh no, I do need a black source for the Unearth. I was gonna go double Taiga. I think it's Taiga. Oh, I have 2 Ball Lightnings and 1 Groundbreaker, so I'm gonna get Badlands. Alright. And I'm not gonna lead on Skelemental, because that's the better one, and I assume they have some plan to block the first one. So if they have Surgical Extraction, I don't want to give them 2 balls. Or a card out of my hand. I'm going to say 2 balls so many times during this league, and it is what it is. I'm sorry. Maybe I should just lead with the best one. Yeah, alright. So this is the one that starts the graveyard chain. Hydroblast, you got it. Sure. Groundbreaker would have connected. Good to know. Oh no, do they have Cling to Dust? Surgical. Okay, so I did play around the Surgical by leading on that one. Gotta find those little edges. Somebody made a comment on one of my videos recently about something derogatory about like watching bad decks get lucky. But sure, this deck isn't great, but I just made a play on purpose that protected a card in my hand. Like, reducing winning with a deck like this to just getting lucky is pretty lowbrow, in my opinion. Because there are a lot of decisions to be made. When your deck's bad, you actually have to play even better. Like, you can make a lot of mistakes with Rug Delver and still win, but a deck like this, you got to get your points where you can find them. All right, they're studying the shit out of my deck right now. They're taking a screenshot. They're telling all their friends. They're texting people. They're tweeting it. My technology is loose. They're thinking really hard, though. So I think what I have to do is I still want to draw the land. Like, if I can play Ball Lightning, and Flamekin Harbinger next turn, and get the Awakener, that'll be pretty nice. Oh, they are being really serious about this Surgical Extraction. They typed out my hand in the chat and everything. I wonder, are they like streaming? Do they think this is the Pro Tour? What's taking so long? Okay. Let's go. They probably just lined up some master plan to never lose. They know exactly what my deck's capable of. So they've actually seen my whole deck now. So if they do have something like Back to Basics or Blood Moon, they're going to know exactly how effective it is, and they're going to know that I have Force, and they're going to know that they have to protect it. They shuffled their Ponder. Love to see it. There's that top deck Birds of Paradise that I was talking about not being good. And I have to just keep ball in here. Like if they have Snapcaster Surgical and I lose this ball lightning from my hand, I played around it as long as I could. And then I'm going to have to win the game with Mono Groundbreaker. That's not good. Okay, one connect. Officially in there. Yep, there's the Snapcaster for the Surgical. Alright, so Groundbreaker has to win this game now. Luckily, I do have multiple ways to get it. I think they just tapped black and then paid 2 life by accident. So that's one less hit with a Groundbreaker I need to get in. Yeah, the difference between 13 and 11 in this matchup is enormous. If they have a third Surgical, do I have any win cons left? Yeah, I guess I can beat down with my Harbinger and Awakener. Oh, Booter is still around. Oh no. I have no outs to that. Oh no, I have Lightning Bolts in my deck. Shut up. What am I even saying? So I want to play this bird. And I probably have to cycle Unearth at this point. Yeah, I think I need to cycle Unearth looking for Lightning Bolt. Okay. Yeah, Plague Engineer is a hell of a card against this deck of mine. I think I boarded out a Bolt, didn't I? Oh, nope. Maybe I need Dismember in the deck too, because that one creature is just such a beating. So they've looked at my top card. They left it there. Shit. So I'm drawing the card that they knew about, and then I'll draw a card they didn't know about. That's not great. Summon a 2/2. Well, that can trade with Plague Engineer. Count it. Jace can also just bounce it several turns in a row. Oh, a Steam Vents. Is this a Field of the Dead deck, or is that a budget choice? That's interesting. I think Steam Vents cost more than Volcanic Island on Magic Online. Oh, Narset now too. Alright, my window to win this game is past. They topped another card with Jace. Okay, dead. Game 3. So I want my Dismember back because Plague Engineer is such a beating. Force of Vigor, I'm starting to think, is not what I want. That didn't look good at all. I could bring in Plague Engineer just as some other way to win the game. I think that's bad though. So if they have Surgical, they probably don't also have Leyline actually. So, but the Back to Basics or Blood Moon could still be problems. I can't cast Wismare. I guess Birds of Paradise can Wismare under a Blood Moon, but like I can get in on Back to Basics. I think I maybe just can't afford to play around those cards. Yeah, maybe I do want the Berserks. Just like get as much damage on the board as I can after seeing that plan that they put together last game. I'm pretty sure this is just my main deck again. I just accidentally sideboarded back into my main deck. All right, keep it. I have a cavern and 2 balls and 2 unearths. 6 times 4 is 24. You're dead on turn 5, 6. Have protection from Thoughtseize. Or it's protection from Surgical. Actually, that's not true. They can get the 2 unearths. But if they had Surgical, then the unearths were bad anyway. Checkmate. Yeah, I actually think these Grixis style decks that just have removal and counter spells are pretty good for this matchup. So I'm gonna name Elemental. Maybe I should have saved that for a turn. So I'll get Skelemental. Now I have 1 of everything. Yeah, maybe I should have cast the Harbinger off of a dual land and played Bayou. Because now they know not to plan for counter spells being useful. Like that's just a little bit. Like if they cast a Ponder this turn, now they know they need to ship that Force of Will when they could have maybe not done that. So this doesn't actually cast Ball Lightning. I'm going to get Taiga. I'm going to cast Groundbreaker because that's the one I like less. If they do have like Lightning Bolt plus Surgical, I want them to fear the Skelemental. Wow, just connecting. Now I feel stupid. All right, well, drawing a land so I can unearth and Skelemental next turn be super cool. Also just, oh, they're going to back to basics me right now. Fuck. Okay, God. They scared me with that swamp and they just tap so quickly. Basic Island is not good at answering Lightning Skelemental. Oh, that's not true. They have the Hydroblast. Yeah, okay, so it's actually very good at it. Bummer. So they can Surgical, Snap Surgical, and then I would need to draw a red source to do anything. 7 cards in hand over there. Scary stuff. This Hydroblast has been clutch. It saved them 12 life and 4 cards over these 2 games. I wonder how many of those they play. Guess it was smart leading on Groundbreaker, though, because that's the one they couldn't answer. Alright, so they didn't fetch a basic mountain, if they even have one. Alright, don't show me Surgical. Our set even punishes the cycle on Unearth. That's really good. So drawing red source is the best thing I can do, because then I can cast Ball Lightning and Unearth Skelemental. And just put lethal on the board. Fuck. Red source. Thank you. Oh, if they go in my draw step, that was a mistake. Unless they have two of them. Yeah, they should have waited for me to target. Uh-oh. So you're saying there's a chance. Stripping the Groundbreaker instead of the Skelemental is interesting too. That makes me think they have another Hydroblast. Or they're just dead. Yeah, this cavern was nice. So two ball lightnings are at least attempting to rumble this turn. So if they force of will, they... Okay, so they did have a second search goal, which puts them to 6 life. That's a bad amount of life to be at. Unless they do, in fact, have another Hydroblast. I think that's the only thing they could have. Like, in all of the magic cards that could reasonably be in their deck, Hydroblast number 2 is the only reasonable one. Yeah, so I guess it didn't matter which one they led on with the surgical in my draw step. So there's not actually any information to be gained there. The only information is if they're about to take 6. Can't counter it. You have Hydroblast. Oh my god, you have 2 Hydroblasts? This person does not want to lose to burn. Okay, so I'm actually dead to Snapcaster Mage right now. But I'm in really good shape against anything else. Double Surgical, double Hydroblast. This person did not want to lose to Ball Lightning Tribal today. Alright, dramatic pause. Are they going to wait for my draw step and try to get fancy, or am I just dead? Alright, so I'm going to lead on the one from hand. This plays into Spell Pierce, but it plays around Snapcaster Surgical. I think I can at least play around Daze. Are you dead? Concede. Force of Will puts them to 5, and Ball Lightning kills them. Force of Negation gets me. Counterspell gets me. Alright, 2 Ball Lightnings in play. Oh my god. Do you have Kozilek's Return? Kolaghan's Command? What's happening right now? It is Kolaghan's Command. Okay. Should have won. Alright, so Lightning Bolt, great draw. Unearth, Shallow Grave, Awakener, all good draws. They can start Fate Sealing me with Jace. I have 1 fetch land to try to get around it. 8 of my 12 Ball Lightnings are gone, or 10 of them actually, 2 are in the graveyard, but some of them are still live top decks because of the Reanimators. Alright, they bottomed a card. We're drawing live. That's not really where I want to be, but we'll put it into play. I wish that was Noble Hierarch. I wish I had a Dryad Arbor. That's not true. The mana is bad enough. But Dryad Arbor would have just won this game. So I have 4 bolts, 2 unearths, Shallow Grave, and 2 ball lightnings left, and the 4 awakeners. They left the card on top. I'm gonna take a draw. See what level they're on. Though they bottomed last turn and they were pretty honest about it. So maybe I should just fetch. Stop trying to get fancy. So the shuffle's in the card they bottomed before and gives me a fresh draw now. That's probably it. That was my chance. Jace is gonna, like, I need to hit a runner now because the Jace is gonna Fate Seal me. So I need 2 good cards on top in the same turn before it's too late. And they are up to 5 cards in their hand at this point. Left it on top. Yeah, so trying to think of how we can make this deck. So I think a better way to build this deck is just make a 5-color elemental deck. But that deck is not ball lightning tribal. Like, that's just an elemental deck. There's enough sweet elementals that you could build like a Primal Beyond kind of deck. Okay, that gives me a shuffle. Like, being ball lightning tribal is just committing to really bad mana and an awkward plan. Alright, left it on top. Time to fetch again. Jace is 2 turns away from going ultimate. Well, what do you think the chances are they have a removal spell by now? Like 100%? Let's find out. Liliana's Triumph. Yeah, that's pretty good. I guess I'll sack that one. Okay. One more draw step. They topped it, and I don't have a shuffle, so this is probably it. Jace is ready to go. Oh, they just don't care. Yeah. Have some removal spell. That mana does not cast this card. Ball Lightning asks a very specific question, and it's, do you have 3 red? And I tried to pay black for it. It wasn't having it. Okay, you got me. Fair and square. Got them to 1. Yeah, I feel like if this deck could do anything else other than cast Ball Lightnings, I would have been able to navigate that. Like, Lightning Bolt, big deal. Yeah, I think there's more to be explored with this freebooter business. Like, maybe that should just be a 4 of. Yeah, like I was saying, balancing elemental tribal versus ball lightning tribal, like that's a big difference. So We signed up for a certain type of game. Let's see if we can salvage this 3-2. And I'm on the play for the final round. I'm going to keep this hand. Does the things I want a hand to do. It doesn't have Cavern, but it does have 3 mana. It has multiple ways to recur my Skelemental. Even have Lightning Bolt for good measure. Yeah, one of these Ziggs being a Cavern would be the only thing I would really wish. Uh-oh, Underground Sea. So I think I want to cast my Awakener. Just start testing their answers. I'm going to get the Taiga because Taiga casts Ball Lightning and Groundbreaker. And the Ziggurat can handle the Black Splash. Oh no, that was wrong. That was definitely wrong. Because Ziggurat can cast both those things, but I'm literally holding Shallow Grave, which is a black spell. Okay. Oh! Playing well to begin the last round. Force pitching Transmute Artifact. Alright, we are playing against a brew. Says the Ball Lightning Tribal guy. Transmute Artifact. Okay, that doesn't matter. Alright, so Badlands does what I need it to here. Skeletor. It's a shame they forced my Awakener last turn. That's why I played it last turn, to start testing their answers. Oh, they had another one. Okay, so like that's a pretty reasonable trade because it's 2 cards or 2 cards and 6 life. Let's see if the Shallow Grave can get in there. All right, what do you got? Is it Karn the Great Creator? It is Karn the Great Creator. I don't think I can beat a Ensnaring Bridge in the main deck. Though if they wish, whatever they wish for right now, I can shred with the Skelemental. And then I'm just playing against Karn. And 3 mana. Oh, Tormod Script. Fuck. Come on. Give me a break with that shit. Playing well. Who told you you can do that? And I'm punished. If I fetched a black source, I would be able to unearth. They crypt. Oh no. Okay, it doesn't matter because they have the chalice. So unearth doesn't matter anyway. Ugh. It hurts. It hurts me so bad. I hate when my opponents play correctly. Yeah, so now I don't think I can actually beat Ensnaring Bridge in the main deck if they just wish for Bridge and cast it right now. Thunderkin Awakener actually can beat Ensnaring Bridge, kinda. Liquid Metal Coating. So what is a good draw? Awakener is a good draw. So do I just work through the... Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to work through the crypt right now. Yeah, so they... Oh, they didn't crypt me. Wow. Okay. Deal. Whoops. Oh, these fucking lightning bolts. What a tease. So I think I have to kill Karn. Because Karn is just going to end this game very quickly. if I don't kill him. Definitely want to sack it, not exile it. Since they had that Tormod script in there just for the decoration. Yeah, so Ingot Chewer is going to be huge out of the sideboard. Force of Vigor is going to be huge out of the sideboard. Oh no. Your upkeep. If you control an artifact, make a Thoppy. If one or more artifact creatures you control deal damage to a player, draw a card. Okay, so that was the perfect way to end that turn. So I basically just... Oh, it's at the beginning of your upkeep. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, and I drew another 1-drop. Not bad. Yeah, Chalice coming in hard against me right now. I mean, if I draw back-to-back Ball Lightnings right now, I can still win this game. But that's basically the whole plan. Or Awakener. This will at least slow them down. They won't get to draw a bunch of cards right away. Oh, poor Chalice. Or me, playing against Chalice of the Void. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat this card. Sucks that I have to keep playing though, because like I technically have an out. Runner, 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 Ball Lightning. Another Chalice on 1, okay. Ball Lightning. That's regular lightning. That's line lightning. Alright, I can't remove Chalice game 1, and it's been good for 5 cards so far this game. Yeah, alright. In come my things. Doing it all. Forces and Ingot Chewers, they're all happening. Dismember. Berserk. I think some number of the lightning bolts. I don't know if it's all of them, but some of them. Some number of birds. I cut one more card. Maybe it's Flamekin Harbinger. It is awkward that I board out so many green cards when Force of Vigor comes in. I think Booter's too important. Lightning Bolt, like if they stabilize at 1, or if I have to pick off a Karn. Yeah, Lightning Bolt I actually think is pretty important. Maybe I'll bring in Lightning Bolt over a Shallow Grave. They're probably going to bring in Graveyard Hate because they saw the Tormod script basically shut me down last game. Even though they didn't use it, it was an option. We could also bring in Plague Engineer named Thopter. That could affect a lot of their win conditions. If I do this, what comes out? I guess the Lightning Bolt is on the list there, and I actually don't love Freebooter. Okay. Plague Engineer on Thopter is a line that we have. Salvaging a positive record with this deck would be the crowning achievement of my Magic career. Just such a goofball deck. So I honestly think even if you keep 8 of the Ball Lightnings and just cut the Groundbreakers, this deck gets a lot better. Like if you can focus on just a Rakdos Shell and play like Kroxa and some other stuff, I think that 4 is just, or Groundbreaker is just too deep of a stretch. So I'm gonna wish for a Skelemental with the first Harbinger, and then the second Harbinger, I'm going to look for Awakener, and then that sets up a curve for the rest of the game. Elemental. I could also do it the other way. Like I could just get Awakener now, and then I have a 2-drop. And I can use this Flamekin to do something different later. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I already do have a ball. And I have double green to hardcast Force of Vigor. I don't have a green card to pitch to it. But hopefully they don't explode out of the gates in a way that I would need to pitch to it. Oh, Force of Vigor. Force of Vigor. So let's just Thunder in for 2 thunderous damage. And the reality about Karn the Great Creator, though, is that having creatures on board to pressure him is the best way to beat him. So just having this 2 power on board is not irrelevant. And it looks like I'm going to have to fetch Badlands unless I draw a Cavern. Alright, Harbinger for Ingot Chewer is something I'm going to want to do at some point in this game as well. Okay, that sucks. Alright. Well, bad news bears. Time to draw one of my 2 lightning bolts I left in. It's tough being a tribal deck these days. Harbinger doesn't help me here. It turns out Force of Vigor on Seat of the Synod and Lotus Petal actually probably would have won the game. Yep, digging to Lightning Bolt. Plague Engineer. I love it so much in my control decks because it does so much, but also it's tough being a random shit tribal deck. Okay, so I can Force a Vigor. Doesn't do anything, though. I could also have Harbinger, or I can still like Harbinger for Ingot Chewer, which I can just play as a 5-mana 2/2 that destroys something. Spy Network. It's Karn. Alright, you have Karn. So I might be able to trick them into going for Lattice. Like, if they go for Lattice next turn, I can float mana, let Lattice resolve, and then destroy Plague Engineer and Karn. Like, that might be a line that I have available to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They do have the mana. Sword of the Meek. That's bad. Yeah, I can't beat a Thopter deck. So they probably have a Thopter Foundry in the sideboard. Or I have my Plague Engineer in my deck too, so it's not as bad as it seems. I am going to fetch for a Bayou though. Let's get my colors under control. Okay, so I can Ancient Zig. Casting this, it dies, but I can get the Ingot Chewer. And then that might convince them to move on Lattice when they think the coast is clear. Yeah, like, my best hope is that they go for Lattice here. Right, there's the mana. But they don't seem to be tapping it for Lattice. Okay, they're going for it. All right, let's do the thing. Green, green. So if their last cards in hand are force blue card, I lose. But otherwise, this is all right. Do I want to destroy Lattice or Karn? I guess Lattice. All right, we're back to life. I'm ready to chew some ingots. All right, so Ingot Chewer will chew Baleful Strix. All right, yeah, chew you up. And I get to cast Ball Lightning. And I get a Harbinger out of my graveyard with Awakener. All right, attack Karn, attack opponent. Get Harbinger. That's also attacking opponent. Harbinger, get Skelemental. Or should I get another Ingot Chewer? Fuck it, Skelemental. Oh, did this dies? Oh, weird. Is that how this card works? Where'd it go? Oh, no, okay. Alright. The Moto UI confused me. I thought this died somehow, but obviously that's not true. Okay, so they can crypt me, but that only matters if they can also deal with the Skelemental in my hand. Fuck, they can transmute for Thopter Foundry. Oh, Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, I can beat that over 2 turns. Yeah, so I draw Skelemental now. I Harbinger for... Oh, Awakener can actually attack right now. So let's see if they bomb me appropriately. Because Awakener just throws the creature into play attacking. It doesn't attack. Does not have to take the action of attacking. Okay, so I can... I'm really glad they didn't get Thopter Foundry there, actually. Ingot Chewer. Oh, maybe I was supposed to play Skelemental there just so it dies in the end step and it's there for Awakener to pick back up. Ooh, that would have been interesting. It exposes me to Graveyard Hate, but it does use my mana most efficiently. Yeah, I realized I fucked that up as soon as I did it. Force pitching Thopter Spy Network. Yeah, like if they, I was about to say if their hand is Force Blue card, this was really bad, and it was, because then that gets them hellbent. When, yeah, if I had made the Skelemental play last turn, they would have just lost. So Karn is gonna plus. I guess I could minus and get like some other shit. I think that's all my ingot chewers have been used. There are still. Oh wait, no, that's my revealed, not my exile. I think I've used 2 ingot chewers. Yeah, so there's 1 ingot chewer and 3 force of vigor still in the deck. So I'm drawing live. If they wish for something with Karn, they have to cast it immediately, or else it's gone, or else they get hit with my. All right, yeah, they just plussed. That's fine. Come on, force of vigor, ingot chewer. Ugh. Yeah, I had a chance to get smart this game and I missed it. That second main phase lightning skelemental, and then no ingot chewer, just attack and blow up their force would have been the, like, get under their force would have been the way to win this game. Do they have a second Gladys? What do you get? Ensnaring Bridge is already in play. Walking Ballista is pretty solid. Where's the Thopter Foundry to go with this Sword of the Meek? They've had like 2 or 3 chances to get that and have not taken them. So they're tapping Ancient Tomb, which means they're dead to Lightning Bolt if I draw it. There are 2 in the deck. Boarded out Shallow Grave, right? Yeah, that would have been a good one. Can I just spew off on all of them? Nope. Leaving 1 in play. Lightning Bolt. I saw a green card and got excited. It's the wrong one, though. Walking Ballista is really good against this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes 7 mana to hard cast Force and cast an Elemental. They're just gonna equip this with Sword. Yeah, this costs 4. I guess they can wish for something else with Karn. Karn does have room for that. They can. Is it time to get the Thopter Foundry yet? Like, where is it? I would have been dead to it so many times. All right, blue doesn't cast Thopter Foundry though. Yeah, they needed to float black with this. They mistapped. I'm not sure why they're floating mana and then activating Karn anyway. That's the second time they've done that. Okay, so now I am drawing live to Lightning Bolt again. Fucking fuck. I'll cast Groundbreaker. Just having one of these in the graveyard would have changed this turn a lot. Like, they would have lost their Ballista to answer this. Okay, seems like they ended up doing that anyway. Oh, I had a Harbinger in the graveyard. Maybe I should have just gone to combat. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I now have enough mana to draw Force of Vigor, cast it, and Skelemental them. Someday they'll figure out how to cast Thopter Foundry. All right, there it is. Yeah, unfortunately, using this one, using the island gets them up to 3 life. Then they can use the Ancient Tombs and just tread water at 1 life. If I draw Lightning Bolt, I can still win. Lightning Bolt and Force of Vigor both still play. Okay, that was my chance, and it's gone. Yeah, so I missed a super heads-up line of, like, they would have just died to Lightning Bolt there. I missed several small, like, play pattern things where... Yeah, I'm dead at this point. I'll give up. But missing putting a elemental in my graveyard second main phase to play around bridge play around Ensnaring Bridge with Awakener was a thing that I missed. The turn where my brain went, wait, what if they have Force Blue card right as I put my spell in this deck, and then they had Force Blue card, and they were able to keep me under bridge the rest of the game. Like, I think I could have maneuvered this game to a better spot. Like, they stabilized at 1 life. Like, they went to 1 on that last turn to activate their Thopter Foundry. So I could have found 1 to 3 more damage that game for sure if I had just played a little bit tighter. So this deck, definitely, it was fun for the memes. It was a fun idea. Thank you for submitting it, Mark. If you actually want to win games and with Ball Lightning style effects, I would cut all of the green cards, add Kroxa, add just cards that play on 1 and 2 mana, or I would just go full 5-color elementals. You still get Lightning Skelemental. You probably just don't want these cards because, frankly, they're not that good. But you can still get Lightning Skelemental in a 5-color elemental stack, but then you get things like Voice of Resurgence and Smoke Braider and Maul Drifter and lots of sweet cards. So, and you still get Thunderkin Awakener, of course. But this is, I think, so if I had to play Ball Lightning Tribal specifically again, I would cut the birds and the berserks for other cards that play at lower mana. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to spend too much thought on this because I'm never going to play it again. But those are my thoughts if you want to do this again. But for real, cut the Groundbreakers and play a deck with coherent colors is my main advice if you want to play Ball Lightnings. You still get 8 of them. So, Mark, thanks for the deck. Everyone else, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.